Good afternoon, everybody. You know the routine. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you like my channel and like the content that I bring, hit the like button to let YouTube know that you like what you're seeing. Ring the bell so you're notified as to when I put a new video out, and share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Okay? Now, we're going to get on with this. This is the first video in the little series that I'm going to try to do. And let's get started here. It says, without the names, how different are these cases? And truly, I mean, the point of this video is to find a common denominator. So, and even though I'm going to go over each section, we may or may not find a common denominator, but that doesn't mean we're not going to talk about it, because each section is very important. But I'm going to continue putting these out there, okay? Because the more we know, the more we can figure out. Hopefully, even if it doesn't save any of these children, it's possible that it could save children in the future. Without the names, how different are these cases? Summer Wells, Harmony Montgomery, Lena Keel, Classic and Sincere, Serenity McKinney, Oakley, Angel Overstreet, Kennedy, Cody, James, Joe Clyde Daniels, Kamari, Dior Kuntz, Michael, Dulce Eleves, Evelyn Boswell. 6 of those children lived in a home with their 2 biological parents. 3 of those children lived with a parent and a step-parent. 6 of them lived in a home with only 1 parent present, and 2 lived with adopted parents. 9 out of the 17 cases, guys, 9 of them that I've found so far, I'm still looking, had a CPS, an open active CPS case, where they were either investigating removing children or actually reuniting the children into the families. 11 of these cases out of the 17 are believed to have had drug addiction issues, being one of the main factors of what happened to the children. Now look at all these dates, guys. These are the dates when the kids went missing, dating all the way back to Dior Kuntz's case back in 2015. 7 out of these 17 cases were in 2021, folks. So, because everybody tries to make it out that 2020 was the worst year, and it was because of the world sickness that all these parents are going crazy. Well, no, 2021 looks to me like, it's pretty bad. The ages of these kids, guys, we have 1 6-year-old, 7 5-year-olds. There were 3 4-year-olds, 2 3-year-olds, 1 2-year-old, 1 18-month-old, 1 3-month-old, and 1 2-day-old baby. The hair and eye color, people have made a big deal about that. 6 of them were blonde hair, blue eyes. 4 of them had strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes. Only 1 was a true brown-eyed blonde. I don't know if y'all have ever heard about that, but brown-eyed blondes are supposed to be special. And 6 of them had brown or black hair with brown eyes. 17 children missing from. We had 4 kids from Tennessee out of that list. 1 was from New Hampshire, 1's Texas, 1's from Kentucky, 1's from Washington State. We have 1 from West Virginia, 1 from Virginia, 1 from Ohio, 1 from Georgia, 2 of them from Idaho, 1 from New Jersey, and 2 from California, folks. 3 of the children's remains have been recovered. 7 are believed have passed by the hands of the parents, but no bodies have been recovered yet. And 6 children are still missing with no clue as to where they are or what has happened to them. So, although I'm going to finish the video up discussing the geographical look on this as far as trafficking goes, I think, I'm not saying that none of them have been trafficked, but I'm saying trafficking is not the common denominator that we're looking for, guys. Simply because we have 3 of them that we know for a fact what happened to them and who did it. 7 of them, we're almost positive we know where they're or what happened to them and who did it. There's only 6 of them out there that we're not 100% positive what's happened or where they're at. But getting back to this is about the trafficking, guys. National statistics on domestic trafficking. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, 100,000 to 293,000 children are in danger of being commodities. That's sad. It is so sad. And then they have the common myths out there. I thought this was sort of an interesting one. It says child trafficking isn't happening in the United States. Can y'all believe that's a myth? Or can y'all believe that people are actually saying it? Yes, I can believe it's a myth because it's not true. Like it said a minute ago, an estimated 293,000 children in the United States are in danger of becoming trafficked. The victims are American children, youth of all races and all different backgrounds, and range in age from infants to teens. Investigative research by Shared Hope International reveals that pimps commonly sell minor girls for $400 an hour on American streets. Can you believe that? Human rights investigations by Shared Hope International discovered minors were sold an average of 10 to 15 times a day, 6 days a week, totaling between 9,360 times and 14,040 times. They had to do an act, and that's per year. The girls received none of the money. I'm pretty dang sure they wouldn't want it. They would rather be safe. The sale of child pee has become a $3 billion industry, guys. Human trafficking happens everywhere in small towns, in large cities, and all over the world, and in Washington State. And the reason I bring that up, guys, is because, like, it is a blanketed problem from the West Coast over in Washington State all the way to the East Coast. In our backyards, Ohio is one of the worst states in the nation for human trafficking. You wouldn't have thought that, would you? It says here that the reason Ohio happens to be one of the worst is because there's 5 major highways with easy access to Canada. The Midwest position Ohio as a hub for human trafficking. She noted that the state is also vulnerable because it has both large urban centers and rural areas, as well as a large immigration problem. The realities of human trafficking in New Hampshire and what you can do. And the reason I threw that in there, guys, is to prove, I mean, it's from Washington State to Idaho to Ohio to New Hampshire. I mean, evidently there's not a state in the United States that it is not happening. Now, whether the list of the 17 kids that I'm using as a control group, whether that is an actual common denominator or not, the plain and simple fact are we have children out here that are being sold like you would sell cattle or like you would run a puppy mill. It's sad, it's degrading, it's a sin, and it's evil. We have got to put a stop to it, or else it's going to, the children are our future. And if this kind of thing continues to happen to our children, then we do not have a future. Our children do not have a future. It's got to be stopped. No, as far as trying to find the common denominator, it has not happened yet, but it will. I will find something. There's got to be a common denominator between all these little angels and what is going on with them and what is taking them from us. Whether it be the parents, the lifestyles, the CPS, the drugs, alcoholism, it's out there, and I plan on finding it. Hug your children, call your parents, and thank God every day for what you have. Until next time, guys.